Good morning. Welcome to this online worship service, a time set aside each week to think about what really matters in our lives. Our mission here at Sunnyhill is to create a more just and compassionate community within and beyond our walls. My name is McKenna Kimberlin, and I'll be serving as your worship associate this morning. On behalf of my fellow classmates from the 2020 to 2021 Coming of Age class, we would like to welcome you to this special service we have planned. If you are a newcomer or visitor to our congregation, please visit our website, sunnyhill.org, and click on the button that says New to Sunnyhill. We would love to know how you can connect with the congregation even during this time when our building is closed. Today, as we listen to our opening music, we encourage everyone who is watching or listening, not just newcomers, but everyone, to let us know you're here by saying good morning or hello in the comment thread on Facebook or YouTube. We'd love to hear from all of you and have a chance to say good morning to everyone who is with us today. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for saying hello.
Today's opening words were written by Shel Silverstein. The voice. There is a voice inside of you that whispers all day long. I feel that this is right for me. I feel that this is wrong. No teacher, preacher, parent, friend, or wise man can decide what's right for you. Just listen to the voice that speaks inside. Please join us in saying the words for lighting our chalice.
Across the distance.
The light from within me shines, sending love to all.
Across the distance.
Your light is fuel that warms me and helps to keep my own light burning.
Together, we keep the flame of community burning bright.
Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving, ours is no caravan of despair. Come yet again, come. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving, ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come.
Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer,
Come, whoever you are.
leaving,
Come, come, whoever you're leaving. Come, come, whoever you are. Come, catch again, whoever you're leaving. Come, catch again, whoever you spare. Come, catch again, whoever you're leaving. Come, catch again, whoever you're leaving. Come, catch again, whoever you're leaving. Come, catch again, whoever despair. Come, catch again, whoever you're leaving. Come, catch again, whoever you're leaving. Come, catch again, whoever you're leaving. Come, catch again, whoever despair. Come, catch again, whoever you're leaving. Come, catch again, whoever you're leaving. Come, catch again, whoever's leaving. Come, yet again, come, despair. Come, yet again, come.
Somewhere in the world, there was a child and their grandparents sheltering in place just like you are now. And they were really fed up, perhaps a bit like you are sometimes. The novelty of being at home all the time and doing whatever they had wanted had worn off for the child, and they felt bored. For the grandparent, it was less a feeling of boredom weighing them down, but rather a sense of hopelessness. They watched TV for hours, though how many hours remained a mystery. They had stopped keeping track of time, really. The days are all blurred together, and they felt they had been doing this for so long.
And then one day, when the child accidentally sat on the remote after getting more snacks, and the TV accidentally turned off, there was something new reflected in the black screen of the powered down TV. A child and their grandparent turned around to look out their front window and find the source of this reflection. In a house across the road from them, there was a piece of paper taped in the window, and on that paper was a colorfully drawn rainbow.
Well, this was something new, something unexpected and bright and cheery and new. The child and grandparent turned to one another, knowingly and grinning. In a flash, the child retrieved a sheet of paper and crayons and began to draw a little rainbow, while the grandparent fetched tape. A moment later, they gazed upon their window with pride. Their rainbow shone back across the street, joyfully mirroring their neighbor's rainbow.
What happened next was like magic. Every day, more cheerful rainbows appeared in more windows all up and down the street. The child and their grandparent gleefully drew rainbows for each window in their home, watching their neighbors do the same. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and all manner of other colors burst forth, seeming to shine through the windows, a cacophony of color.
But the people didn't stop there. They continued to draw. Rainbows were taped to neighbors' doors, slipped into mailboxes. They were sent to care homes, to beloved elders who couldn't have visitors. Rainbows were left under the windshield wipers of Uber Eats drivers' cars. They were left out for delivery folks. People made rainbows to send to hospitals, scrawled with messages of gratitude and admiration for everyone working to help the sick, from the doctors and nurses to the custodial staff and maintenance workers. Stalkers working hard in grocery stores found paper rainbows between cans and beans and corn, left waiting on the shelves where toilet paper was sold out.
Now, families on solitary walks around the city go rainbow hunting. The child and their grandfather like this, taking paper with them to write down all the places they see rainbows hanging. The empty school, the corner store, windows of brownstone homes, even hanging from balconies 15 stories up. They make a list of all the rainbows emerging, logging each place where colors shine into empty streets.
By now you've probably figured out that this story is really happening all over the world right now. Folks are coming together in spirit while physically distancing to lovingly reassure one another with brilliant colors. The rainbows are beautiful, and to see them alone is a joy, but they carry with them a promise.
The rainbows shine as a reminder of hope. We are in this together, the storm will end, and we will come out on the other side.
I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I call my home. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. There's a house we can build, every room inside is filled with things from far away. Special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say we've lost our minds. I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. However big, however small, let me be a part of it all. Share your dreams with me. We may be right, we may be wrong, just say that you'll bring me along to the world you see, to the world we close our eyes to see, we close our eyes to see. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me, a million dreams, a million dreams. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. For the world we're gonna make.
Each week, at this time in the service, we share joys and sorrows submitted by members of the congregation. We share the things that we are celebrating as well as the things that we are mourning, so that they do not need to be held alone. Joys and sorrows may be submitted online from our website, or you can contact a member of our staff or pastoral care team by email or phone. After each joy or sorrow that I read, please respond by saying we hold you in our hearts. We have both a joy and sorrow from John Graham. He and Judy celebrated their 57th year marriage anniversary on Saturday, May 1st. His sorrow is that Judy underwent surgery on Saturday, May 1st at Shadyside Hospital. She developed an infection at the site of the back surgery 3 years ago. To John and Judy, we hold you in our hearts. Let us keep in mind these joys and sorrows, as well as those held too closely to be shared at this time.
Our morning meditation comes from Hilary Allen. Gracious One, keep watch on the innovators, the trailblazers, the takers of risk. Invite us to be the persons of vision and integrity. Help us to remember the mystery from which possibility is born. Lead us to honor the sacred space where ministries, idealists, and realists meet. Encourage us to imagine more than just what is. Fill our hearts in times of discouragement. Keep our eyes on the long now. Through our efforts, let us know the fruits of connection and a deeper faith.
Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out.
When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love.
When I breathe in,
I'll breathe in peace.
when I breathe out,
I'll breathe out love. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love.
when I breathe in,
I breathe in peace.
when I breathe out,
I breathe out love. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out.
Welcome to the Sunnyhill Coming of Age service. Coming of Age is a program offered to 8th graders at Sunnyhill. Throughout the church year, the students are tasked with finding their own spiritual path by asking the big questions and uncovering their own beliefs and values. They'll be sharing their credo statements with you shortly. I know that you will appreciate the words of these tremendously insightful young people. They give me so much hope for the future. This year, we had a unique set of challenges. Our coming of age students did not get to just hang out or eat Oreos, go whitewater rafting or rock climbing. They didn't come together for fundraisers or spend that much time with their mentors. They didn't even get to just be with each other in person. We hope to plan a combined Boston trip for next year, but as of right now, it's also a missing part of the Sunnyhill COA experience. With so much missing from their COA year, it would have been easy for these youth to say forget it, throw in the towel. And honestly, I don't think I would have blamed them. Yet, they persevered. They came together over Zoom every other week to discuss social justice, spiritual practices, beliefs, values, and of course, Unitarian Universalism. I'm so impressed by their dedication and strength. I know it wasn't always easy, and certainly not always fun, but they did it and have created credos to share with you all today, despite the overwhelming obstacles. I'm so proud of their work. It was an honor to spend my time with them. They should feel so proud. This year's coming of age class includes Maya Clevenger, Jude Cashlin, McKenna Kimberlin, Evan Craig, and Henry Thornton. Their mentors are Lindsay Downs, Mark Mortimer, Janie Elliott, Jay Pullen, and John Armstrong. Thank you to the mentors for your help in guiding these students at such a critical time in their journey. Congratulations to the 2020-2021 Coming of Age class. William Ellery Channing once said, "Each of us is meant to have a character all our own, to be what no other can exactly be, and do what no other can exactly do." While our coming of age journey has come to an end, I encourage you all to continue to be open to growth and possibility, and above all else, just do you. We invite all of you currently watching to participate in a virtual coming of age ceremony, which will take place via Zoom directly following this service. I hope you will join us for this important ritual, marking a time of transition for these fabulous young people. Without further ado, let's hear what they have to say.
As I set my mind to articulating my beliefs, I remembered a statement I had once heard. There are no answers, only better questions. This has rung true to me throughout my life. While some choose to answer a question like, is there a higher power in this world, with a strict yes or no answer, I've always believed in asking further questions, such as, is there any way to prove a yes or no answer? Would it really affect me or the way I acted? Or is there any reason to, or not to, believe in something? Such questions could be asked indefinitely. Even if there is a definitive answer to a question, you can always create deeper questions about the meaning or significance of that answer. I choose to question what I learn and search for greater understanding. I believe that even though we're all tiny drops of water living on a speck of iron ore, we have extreme significance to the world and to the people around us. We all know hundreds of people, all with their own conscience, and every action we take has the potential to impact every single one of them. Simply sitting next to someone at school and having an engaging conversation with them could be the focal point of their day. This is one reason why I attempt to make deep bonds with others around me. I've always had trouble embracing traditional religions. While I questioned my beliefs with my mentor, it took a great deal of thought. I cannot see how I could read a book and say something like, I believe in every aspect of this in its entirety and worship it. For example, if God is all-powerful and is always kind, why should a loving mother or her child die in childbirth? They, especially the child, are not committing any sins, and if anything, it's how He designed us humans that would have made death in childbirth possible. I believe that most humans want what is best for the world, and that it is not their human nature that is corrupted, but their sense of what is good that is corrupted. Humans have done terrible acts in history, but they have almost always believed it was for a greater cause, such as the spread of religion, or the benefit of their people, or their family. While there are many other beliefs I could speak of, these things I have spoken of are dearest to my heart. These thoughts, I believe, will stay with me for many years to come. While everyone questions what they believe in throughout their life, this congregation has aided me in creating more contemplative questions to further my understanding of my beliefs at a deeper level. The Coming of Age program has led me to speculate about how I should live my life and what I should care about in it. Forever will I continue this quest to continue along my spiritual path.
When I heard that I was going to write a credo statement, I started going through different religions and seeing what core values I agree with, or what gods and goddesses I might identify with. I learned the basics from Jen and watched multiple services and couldn't find anything that encompassed what I believe. While I don't believe there is any sort of all-knowing and powerful God, at the same time, some things are too coincidental or strange to be proven by science. At least not yet. I eventually changed my focus to my core values as a human, what I feel is important personally, and to society as a whole. I arrived at the idea of empathy, and being able to put yourself in someone else's shoes. Especially during this pandemic, I feel that many people are struggling to understand what it is like to be in someone else's situation, and instead attempt to convince other people that they are right and that nothing else is. I believe that it is important, even necessary, that people learn to be able to empathize with one another. I remember being in the hospital a couple of years ago and wondering what was happening in the outside world, since I didn't get to see many people outside the hospital. Afterward, I had to stay inside my house and do online school because of stomach issues. And I remember whenever my friends would call me and have an issue, I would always remind them, at least you weren't stuck at home all day. However, as time went on, I realized maybe being at home all the time wasn't so bad, and I began to put myself in my friends' and family situations and began to connect with them and comfort them more. And in return, they did the same for me. All of this made me realize that empathy was an extremely important core value of a good person. Once I began to go back to school, the pandemic hit soon after, and I was once again forced into my home 24 hours a day. At first, I was devastated. Then I thought about some of my friends' situations. They had never experienced full-time school online. At least I had some preparation and knew what to do. When the pandemic was hitting its peak here, and people began to voice their opinions a lot more than we were used to, instead of listening to their concerns and fears and trying to understand, many of us just told them, "You're wrong," or "That's not how that works." I admit I was quick to jump to state my own opinion and correct my friends at times. However, I made a conscious effort to try and have an open mind and heart and listen and understand their points of view, even when I couldn't find any common ground. I believe that empathy is a core value many of us should try to use more in our daily lives, and try to imagine ourselves in a type of situation that someone else is going through. It is a large part of survival to trust one another, and understand how others' opinions and actions are formed. Audrey Hepburn once said, "Nothing is more important than empathy for another human being suffering. Nothing. Not career, not wealth, not intelligence, and certainly not status." We have to feel for one another if we're going to survive with dignity. I wholeheartedly agree with this. It sums up my belief about what is important to my life, and a characteristic I wish for those I surround myself to also strive for. Overall, this belief in empathy as a core value is very important to me, and I hope some of you will also find it important.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
credo is a statement of beliefs or aims that guide someone's actions. Writing my credo has made me think about the values that are most important to me. I think that each person has the right to choose what he or she believes. Sunnyhill is a special place that encourages people to find out what they believe in instead of being told what to believe. Sunnyhill encourages you to go on your own journey to find what values and beliefs you live by every day. I also believe in the importance of kindness and community. The 7 principles of Unitarian Universalism are a good framework to live by. The 4th principle, which is being able to search for your own values on your own journey, is very important to me. I've been a part of Sunnyhill for most of my life, and actually don't even remember life without Sunnyhill. It has been a place where I've been encouraged to figure out what I believe in and what values I use to try to live by every day. It has been such a unique opportunity to grow up and find my own beliefs instead of having them forced upon me. Searching for your beliefs and values helps you reflect on life and defines the way you act. The first principle of Unitarian Universalism tells us that every single person has inherent worth and dignity, and is worth of our kindness. Kindness is a virtue that should be embodied by everyone. The golden rule is the principle of treating others as you want to be treated. It is a saying that is found in most religions and cultures. If everyone treated each other with kindness, then the world would be a better place. Mr. Rogers once said, "There are 3 ways to ultimate success. The first way is to be kind, the second way is to be kind, and the third way is to be kind." The word community means a feeling of fellowship with others as a result of sharing common attitudes, interests, and goals. And it is central to the human experience. There are so many positive aspects of being part of a group or community. Being part of a community gives us a sense of belonging. It enables us to share our similarities and differences and encourages each other to learn and grow. It gives us unique opportunities to learn from each other and give support and encouragement. Being part of a community gives people the chance to be inspired, solve problems, share humor, vent their frustrations, and share their achievements. It also gives people a way to get through hard times, both emotionally and physically. Communities are a vital part of success and can add so much to people's lives. Sunnyhill has been the best community to grow up in. I've made friends with people from many different generations, and I've learned so much from them. I've learned about Unitarian Universalism and other religions, but I've also learned so much more. I've learned to drive a tractor and be part of the maintenance crew, to be a good friend, to speak German, to create amazing projects out of wood, and to make a mean clam chowder, just to name a few. My Sunnyhill community is one of the most important things to me, and I hope that every young person gets the experience to something like this. Coming of age is a big part of figuring out your beliefs. It is a journey of discovering, asking questions, and deciding what you believe. The beliefs that mean the most to me are kindness, the freedom to figure out your own beliefs, and the power of community. Sunnyhill is such a great community because of the amazing people that work so hard and put in so much time to make it special. Thank you, Jen, for putting so much into the COA program, and thank you, John Armstrong, for being a great mentor and friend.
Growing up in Gen Z has me challenging the idea that all people are inherently good. I've grown up in a world which appears to be surrounded in hate and discrimination. This has shaped my beliefs as a person. As a teenager, I've been exploring my views, not just on the world but also on society. These views have been dramatically shaped by recent events in the media, including Black Lives Matter protests and the Me Too movement. Before George Floyd, I was mostly unaware of the complete discrimination and racism people of color face every day. I became aware of the Black Lives Matter movement mainly through social media. This movement made me realize how privileged I am. As a young white woman, I did not have to grow up learning to fear the police. For many people of color, I can now see that they do not feel the police are there to protect and serve them or their communities. This saddens and angers me. In response to the Black Lives Matter movement, I have seen flags in people's yards and bumper stickers hitting Blue Lives Matter, which has reinforced my negative opinion on people. Being a woman has also been one of the largest factors in shaping my view on the world. From everyday misogynistic jokes from male classmates to fearing walking alone at night has made me develop a very negative view on people. At my school, the required dress code is directed at the female students. We are not allowed to wear shorts above the fingertip, tank tops, or crop tops. This is teaching boys of my generation that women are sexual beings and nothing more. Instead of men being taught to control themselves, women are taught to cover up. It upsets me to see misogyny being continued even in 2021. After learning more about the world, I've thought to myself many times if people are really good. The best answer I could come up with was just no. Joining Sunnyhill has also been a big factor in developing and challenging my views. Although I believe many people are inherently bad, here I've learned about love, honesty, and compassion. Sunnyhill actively asserts Black Lives Matter and embraces the LGBTQ community, which gives me hope that there's some good in the world. Our services are focused on treating people fairly, and I think that really helps to teach members to be a good person amongst so much hate. I recognize that Gen Z is so open-minded and embracing towards everyone. At 14, I have so many friends who identify as part of the LGBTQ community, and this seems to be our normal. While I found a friend group that is so open and embracing, I realize not everyone is like this. Although to most of us this is just part of our everyday life, I hope that my generation can be the light in this darkness. I still believe that there is some good in the world, even though it's hard to find.
I've always been pretty indecisive, so it makes sense that I couldn't for the life of me figure out what to write about. I got really frustrated during this assignment because I felt like no matter what topic I chose, there was always some reason it didn't work. So I've decided to write about my lack of decision-making skills in themselves, and how it affects what I believe in. For a long time, when it came to my religious values and beliefs, I pressured myself to define specific choices about what I thought about things. But again and again, I hit a wall, finding that things that worked in some situations didn't work in others. I think that a lot of people hold comfort in the doctrine of traditional religion, but I can't say that I agree. Having a strict set of rules, no matter what the situation, has always made me feel claustrophobic, especially when you see how rules applied unfairly can actually make things worse. I believe in quantum physics more than anything else. The idea that everything is possible and that nothing is set in stone. I feel that this gives us a lot of room to make changes when we need to. And I'm also very big on philosophy, particularly the idea that everyone perceives things differently and therefore everyone's experiences will be different. Overall, I think that we just cannot possibly know what is true about any god or higher power, or even about what is most important in the world. I believe that we won't always know the right answer, but we don't necessarily need to. We should just do what we think is best with any given situation. While I don't believe that there is any true good or evil, I think that there are good and bad actions, and that even if things don't matter in the grand scheme of things, that they matter to us. I think it's important to analyze any given circumstance and make a well-formed opinion based on it. The world is always changing and growing, and if we are not willing to adapt our beliefs, then progression in society would be impossible. I feel as though when you start to write rules as though they are set in stone, it is much harder to change and adapt them when there's an exception. I feel that this system helps me make good decisions, And so, because of that, that is generally how I live my life.
There's a river flowing in my soul. There's a river flowing in my soul, and it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my soul. There's a river flowing in my heart. There's a river flowing in my heart, and it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my heart. There's a river flowing in my mind. There's a river flowing in my mind, and it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my mind. There's a river flowing in my soul. There's a river flowing in my soul, and it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my soul.
It's time for our offering. If you'd like to make a gift via our online giving system, you can do so one of two ways. You can go to sunnyhill.org and click on the button that says Online Giving, and then you follow the instructions. Once you get to the drop-down menu, just choose either 2021 pledge collections if you're making a payment on your pledge, or non-pledge collections for other gifts. Or you can give a text at 412-324-3130. Just dial that number using your smartphone and follow the instructions. You can also mail a check if you'd prefer. And you can find our mailing address on our website, sunnyhill.org. Thank you for your generosity.
For our offering today, I was in charge of finding an organization we wanted to support that was meaningful. I wanted to find something that helped children. And then I thought, we have that right here. Instead of a faith community that tells us what to believe, we're part of Sunnyhill, the Unitarian Universalist Church of the South Hills. And we're asked to make up our own minds. Sunnyhill has helped us by giving us a chance to be ourselves and choose our own path in life.
join us in saying the words for extinguishing our chalice.
We extinguish this flame,
but not the light of truth.
The warmth of community.
or the fire of commitment.
These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Today's closing words were written by F. Scott Fitzgerald. For what it's worth, it's never too late, or in my case, too early to be whoever you want to be. There's no time limit. Stop whenever you want. You can change or stay the same. There are no rules to this thing. We can make the best or the worst of it. I hope you make the best of it. I hope you see things that startle you. I hope you feel things you've never felt before. I hope you meet people with a different point of view. I hope you live a life you're proud of. If you find that you're not, I hope you have the courage to start all over again.